This
module.
conference will now be recorded.
The is the functional module. So apart from so we have some couple of functional modules is there. However, as a consultant, so we need to handle couple of projects in the real time, like implementation projects and support project, rollout project, upgradation and migration projects here. Okay. So generally, so what we observed, the complete the SAP data, the classified into three types here: organization data, master data, and transaction data. So we have seen already in yesterday, we discussed in detail. So what is the organization data? The organization data, like it is set up not only the so other modules also need to be involved to set up the organization data. Initially, it will start. So I think already Notepad is already open. Okay, so the client, company codes, plant, store location, purchase organization. So this is what actually we discussed yesterday and day for registrations here. Okay, so here, once again, if you review, the clients will be defined by the basis people. Okay, but in going forward, we have a topic called system landscape. So the servers will be set up by the basis people. So the servers actually in each and every server, we have some couple of clients will be there. So as a consultant, it is most important here in which client you are logging and what are the activity we are performing here. Okay, whether you're doing okay, so here development server you are logging or quality or production server, development server, what are the activities we need to perform. So you should be very careful. So once you log into the client in real system, but in training system we are using only internet client, no problem. Okay, so this is actually system landscape. In going forward we'll discuss here. But company code also we no need to worry, because in real time company and company codes will be defined by the finance people. This already we discussed here. The company, however, it is not a control parameter, but company code is a control parameter, will be done by the purely finance people. But the SAP has given only one company code only we need to copy. But in training system, however, always it company code only we need to copy. So there is alternate. So only 1000 company code only we need to copy. So when you are copying company code to company code, so all the parameters will be copied to your new company code. Okay, the copying is must here. There are so many user exit, so many tables will be copied. So here this will be done. So the company code is a separate legal entity. Okay, so finally the finance people, they will take the profit and loss statement to company code level. Next, plants. So what we observe, the plants are the manufacturing units, any operation unit. Only the consultant work at plant level. So the same like company code, we need to copy from 1000 in real time 000. So the plant level, your manufacturing activities, production activities, sales activities is done at plant level here. So under the plants, the store locations we maintain. The nomenclature is 4-digit. So day to day, all the inventory transactions will be performed. So we'll receive the goods in domain term. We'll call it the godowns. So all the inventory transactions will be performed at store location level. We'll receive the goods, we'll issue the goods, we'll do some stock transfers, so transfer posting. So all the inventory activities will be performed at store location level. And coming to the purchasing organizations, so here we need to address, there are 5 different kind of purchasing organizations is there. Okay, the central or corporate purchase organization, cross plant purchase organization, standard plant specific and reference kind of purchasing organizations. But most of the time the purchase organizations, okay, so most of the clients, they don't know what purchase organization they are using. So definitely we need to guide like which purchase organization they are using, so what kind of purchase organization. So each and every purchase organization's roles we need to understand, roles and responsibilities here. So what is a purchasing organization? You know, the plant contains, we have different departments like sales department, production department, quality department, accounting department, HR department. So any department required any material, so finally they will approach to the purchasing department. The purchasing department are held responsible to procure the materials, and we need to make the availability of the stock here. So the central or corporate means if any purchase organization responsible for all the plants, we call as central. The cross plant means if any purchase organization more than one plant, will call as a cross plant. The standard means if any plant is having more than one, anyone we need to as a standard. The plant specific means if any purchase organization responsible for only particular plant, will call as a plant specific. And reference means on behalf of one purchase organization, if other purchase organization involved, reference purchase organization. So this also yesterday we discussed. Okay, next purchase group here. So what is this purchase group? Is a buyer group here. Okay, so single or group of buyers we are saying. So here the purchase group is again it is a 3-digit. So the client is 3-digit, so company is 6-digit, and remaining all are the 4-digit here nomenclature. So numeric numbers, alphanumeric and alphabets, everything is possible. The purchase group again it is a 3-digit element. Okay, so single or group of buyer. But why we are calling as a floating entity? Because this purchase group will never assign to any company code or any plant here. So simply, so here once you will maintain the system, this purchase group can work anywhere. Okay. Now this is actually what we discussed here. However, today also we are not going to start a SAP server here. Okay. Now actually what we need to do today. Okay. See here, the so here mostly, so as we discussed in demonstration class and yesterday class also, we have, so once you tag to project here, so we need to understand actually which project you are working in. Okay, whether the implementation project, whether you are in support project, rollout or upgradation migration kind of project here. Okay, once you will come to know, if it is an implementation project, your roles will be different here. Your support project, your roles will be different. So the project to project, so what exactly our roles, so what we need to do day to day, so what are the transactions, so where I need to work, in which server. So these are all so many questions here. Okay, let us see. So here if you come to the implementation project here, so we discussed, we have 5 different phases here. Like the first phase we'll call as a the project preparation, the second phase we'll call as a design phase. So design phase is most important. So in all these 5 phases, so which is the toughest phase? Okay, so for the consultant or manager or senior manager or delivery manager, the second phase is the toughest phase here. Why we are calling this a design phase here? Complete your business, the client business, you need to map into the, so as a document here. So this is called a business blueprint here, which is called design phase. It's called a business blueprint here. Business blueprint here. So the business blueprint. So before going to create a business blueprint here, okay. See here some XYZ company if you are mapping here, okay. So the hierarchy, you know, so the hierarchy initially the delivery manager will be there. So the delivery manager is responsible for not only a particular project, so he is responsible for more than one project here. Multiple projects is responsible here. So under the delivery manager, you have some project manager will be there. The project manager also maybe 1 or 2 projects is responsible. So under the project manager, you have some team leads will be there. Under the team leads, we have some senior consultant, and under the senior consultant, we have consultant and associate consultant. And even though so simultaneous associate consultant, some wages will be there. Okay, some people, some campus interviews. It's called shadow consultant here. So this is the hierarchy. So except the Accenture is a global company, so we'll call as a software engineer. But most of the companies, the designation will call as a consultant here. Okay, so associate consultant or consultant. So I hope in this group, so most of the people will have some 3 years of at least 2 to 3 years of gap is there. So this is recommended. You need to keep your, means once you will complete this training, you are keeping 2 years or 3 years of experience. So you will call as a consultant here. Okay, more than 1.5 year. So associate consultant range will be 1 to 1.5 year. It is more than 2 years, we'll call as a consultant here. The designation you need to keep as a consultant here. Okay. So this all every day we'll discuss about real-time classes. Don't worry. But in coming to the business blueprint, okay. So here how the business blueprint will be written here. Okay. Before the business blueprint, so we need to observe 2 kind of documents we need to prepare. So one is actually as is document here. One is as is document need to be prepared here. So what is this as is document here? Okay. So here and the second, first of all, as is document need to be prepared here. So how you will prepare this as is document here? Okay. So you are sitting with the client people. So you know for each and every project we have some offshore team will be there, on-site team will be there. On-site team means, so the resources like the SAP resources, any technical or functional consultant who is working at a client location is called on-site team. Offshore team means, so you're working at a company or you're working at a company location or you're nowadays okay, work from home will be there, right? So there's called offshore team. Okay. So here, however, as is document, so if you are the offshore team, so daily you need to connect to the minutes of meetings. So you will connect so n number of conference calls and all. So we need to retrieve the data here. In the as is document example, okay, so I'm not going in depth here. So we are into the second session only of the training session here. Okay, simply as a document, so we will give you some questionnaire and answer database. We have some questionnaire answer database will provide. So we'll ask a number of questions to the client. From client side, so who is going to involve? So you need to understand the client side hierarchy also, right? So who is available for client side here? So you're working some XYZ client, is a manufacturing client or any chemical industry, pharma industry, any industry. Okay, the client side also, all the people is not going to involve to execute the SAP project here. Okay, they have some altogether they have some 5,000 employees will be there. So all the 5,000 employees is going to involve in SAP? No. So from department wise they will select here who is the senior resources, they'll call as a managers, core team members, team members. Okay, so this is the, they are also forming hierarchy. Okay, so for people, so you are the consultant, you need to retrieve the data, so you need to connect to always the side, who is the relevant user, who is the respective manager, the client side. So regularly we need to get contact and need to prepare the as is document here. So this as is document simply, so you need to put the complete business into the MS Word document here. So suppose how they are doing the business here. What is my limitation? I am the consultant. Okay. So what is my focus here? What are the business process procedures the client are using? From where they are bringing the material? So whether they have any domestic vendors, whether they have any import vendors. So this is the way we need to ask a number of questions. Okay, we need to prepare as is document here. Okay, this as is documents, when you are preparing this as is document, so after completion of this as is document, so all the process you have written in the document here. Okay, so this document you need to hand over to your client people, the client people respective user you need to hand over. So once you hand over, they will go through this document line by line. So however it is some miscommunication will be happened. Okay, so with your team and the team here means with you and actually the client side user. Okay, so the manager he will review. Okay, and if any deviation immediately they can rectify, so you can change the as is document here. So once the as is document is signed off here, once the as is document is signed up, then you need to prepare the to be document. So finally what we observe the as is document, whatever the client business, so you are preparing in a document and you are going to showing to client side. Okay, so generally as per the SAP license agreement, as is and to be as is document need to be created by the client people, but no client will not prepare as is document. So as a consultant we need to prepare as is document. Okay, so who is no finally we, so I think you have so many number of questions here. Okay, who is, so you are not responsible. So generally who is going to involve in the business blueprint? So who is, I mean, at least as per my experience, you have some more than 5 years of 6 years of experience, you are eligible to write a business blueprint here. Then what exactly your level? So generally you will be involved in end-to-end project here, but not actively this as is this business blueprint and the first phase and second phase. Mostly you are going to involve actively in third phase, you no need to worry. But it is the opportunity, sometimes you are getting a small consultancy instead of MNCs. Okay, then if you get the opportunity, so you need to go forward and you need to do the you need to write the business blueprint also, it is not a big deal. But who is going to involve to the business blueprint? You should have some complete idea about the business. Okay, previously if you handle some couple of business blueprint, it will be easy. Otherwise the first time it will be tough, because what are the inputs I need to keep. Okay, so these are, so day to day we'll understand, so no need to worry. So coming to the subject here, if you go to as is document, so you prepared as is document. So these as compared to as is document, so what is the next document you need to prepare? To be document you need to prepare. Okay, so this once the SAP means the once the business is okay, once the as is document is signed up, then you'll start working on the to be document here. So what exactly you will think the to be document here? Okay, so this is most important here, to be document. Yeah, shall I give my okay, 1 minute. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so what is exactly the to be document here? Okay, the to be document means when you are comparing as is and you are preparing to be document. In to be document, it is very crucial because the complete non-SAP business here. So complete non-SAP business, we are mapping to the SAP. So in front of the SAP system, the other systems will call as the legacy systems. The data will be called as a legacy data. Okay. So when you are mapping from non-SAP to SAP, okay. So here we are preparing to be document here. So here, as we discussed in the demonstration also, most of the parameters, most of the industrial solutions, so up to 75-80% you can able to map here. Some area, however, you are not able to map with the standard SAP. So definitely we need to find a gap here. So what is gap? So whatever the provision is asking by the client, example they are asking one report, that report is not available, it is called as, it found as a gap here. So we need to record the gaps here for side element. So your finally your manager will ask you, your project manager, what are the gaps? Okay, side how many gaps we need to fill, SD side how many gaps we need to fill, FI side how many gaps we need to fill. So So this in third or fourth phase of the project, we need to fill these gaps here. So gap, the customization next level will be the gaps. So we need to fill the gap. Okay, why? Okay, so in SAP, anything you can able to fill by doing the customization, by changing the program. Okay, so by deviating the programs, you can able to do it. But finally, the client. Okay, so when you are preparing as is to be document, so we need to identify what are the portion, what are the area we are able to map with the standard SAP. So what are the areas we are not able to map. So for that, you need to record as a gap. The gap may be a report, the gap may be interface, that gap may be conversion. This will discuss in detail. So once the 2B document is prepared, okay, in 2B document, see here, if you go to the as is document, you will not find any SAP terminology here. We discussed like plants, okay, so store locations. Example, I am saying organization data only till now we discussed. We have not stepped into the master data transition data as this much level. So what we will see in as is document, there is no SAP, all domain. See, most of the companies in SAP will call as a material code here, but in domain term will call as item code here. Item code means 90% industries items. Item means material here. But in SAP will call as a material. See here the manufacturing units here in domain term. In SAP will call as a plant. In domain term will call as godowns, but in SAP will call as a store locations. The purchase group is employee, but in SAP will call as a okay purchasing group here. So this is the difference. In as is document you should not use SAP terms, but in 2B document only you need to use SAP terminology. Okay. So here when you are preparing, once you will complete the 2B document, these 2B document also we need to hand over to your client people. So once they signed up, then finally you need to prepare a business blueprint here. So this is the business blueprint document you need to prepare finally. So this business blueprint document, so once you'll prepare, okay, so these business blueprint document also you need to hand over to your client people. So your the purchasing department, the respective manager, you need to review line by line. You will review and you will sign off in the business blueprint. So maybe most of the time I observed in my experience, with the same single shot you are not the it will not be okay signed off by the user. Why? Because so if I do some changes, it will be impact to other modules also, right? So maybe even though if you maintain properly, if you maintain the okay, minutes of meeting and we detail we done as a document to be document, sometimes somehow so some communication will be happened, okay, most of the time. So if you do some changes, it is going to impact other modules, other areas, okay, so that finally maybe first version or second or third version we have different version. The finally it's a crucial phase or struggle phase we can say. Once the business blueprint is signed off, now we'll step into third phase here. This is called relation phase here. Okay, so today I'll show you how the business blueprint look like here. Okay, so I'll show you the systems how the business blueprint look like here. Okay, but again we'll discuss before going to end of the session. We have some couple of real-time classes in there. So already the business blueprint is open. Okay, so this is actually in 2011. Okay, so here what is the client actually? Yes Technologies here. The Yes Technologies implemented. Okay, so this Yes Technologies. What is the client here? The client is okay. The client is okay, the business blueprint document for the Steelsmith Continental. Okay, the name of the client is Steelsmith Continental Manufacturing Private Limited. It is done actually 2011. Okay, which IT company? Yes Technologies Hyderabad. The client name is Steelsmith Continental Man. So where exactly the Steelsmith Continental Manufacturing Private Limited? It is in Gujarat. Okay, Vadodara district, Gujarat here. Okay, now if you come to here, just we'll go through this. Don't worry, just you will see how the business blueprint look like here. That's it. Okay, if you come to here, so we have so this is actually till all preface documents, no need to worry. So this is the client logo, Steelsmith Continental Manufacturing Private Limited. This is the client logo. And this is the IT company logo. Okay, so we need to now this is the index here. So we need to prepare the index and page numbers. Okay, so means here after the one more important after the business blueprint. So example, once the business blueprint is signed off by the business owner. Example for Steelsmith Continental Manufacturing people, they signed up the business blueprint. You started the work here. Okay, after signing of the business blueprint, if anything they are asked to a new report or anything here, any gap or anything here, it is treated as a change request. So they need to pay us penalty. So that's what we are asking before the business blueprint only. We need to ask if you add anything. So please inform us. that time okay. If they are saying okay and if they sign up the business blueprint, in the next day also if they are asking anything here, okay, definitely it will call as a change request here. So the client has to pay penalty. Why? Because once it is signed up, if again they are asking, it leads to penalty like change request here. Why? Because if I change my business blueprint, it is going to impact my production planning business blueprint here. Okay, so that's what always we need to tell. So before the business blueprint only, they need to take all the requests here. So we need to complete here. Okay. Now you see here, this is the index here, organization structure of SCMPL. So we observed in yesterday and day for yesterday classes. Okay, what we observed the org structure here. So we have seen like just now also we seen company, company code, client. Okay, but you will not look like company, company code. Okay, only we need to focus the plants, store location, purchasing organization, purchase group here. Why should I bother about company and company code? The finance people will be there. Why should I bother about the client? The clients will be defined by the basis people. So we don't need to bother. The plant, store location, purchasing organization, only these areas, these 4 org elements only we need to define in the real time. So that's what I'm showing a real time business blueprint to you. So you will get some confidence here. So plants, store locations, purchasing organization, purchase group. This is my org elements here. Okay, I want to define here. Then I will go to some business process procedures here. Then I will go to some inventory management. Then I go to master data. But only up to this we'll discuss here. See again, once again, I will come to the slide here. This is most important slide here. Organization structure of SCMPL. Okay. So this organization structure of the SCMPL. I think you are able to see, right? Okay. Now, so please try to understand this. This is MS Visio document here. So initially, so what we observe, the client is IS organization here. So under the client company, now you can see this company. So what we observed is 6 digit here, but these people actually it is showing just company is there above the plant, company is there, but company we no need to define. The company will be defined by the company and company code will be done by the finance people. This time it is showing the under the company. Okay, so this is the company. Instead of 6 digit, they have taken only 4 digit here. Okay, so 4 digit and under the company, company code. Now for Tata, what we observe in the notepad today and yesterday, okay, there are 3 company codes like Tata Steel, Tata Motors, TCS. But if you go to SCMPL, how many number of company codes? They have only 1 company code. So under the company code, how many number of company code SCMPL? They have only 1 company code, 1000 company code. So under the company code, they have a couple of plants in there. Okay. So what are the plants here? 1100 one plant. So the nomenclature you need to observe. The company code nomenclature is 4 digit. They have only 1 company code. So under this company code, they have some couple of plants. The plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, plant 4, and plant 5. There are 5 plants. The 1100 plant is SCMPL Steel Smith Continental plant 1. Okay. So the 1200 plant engineering works here. This is also plant. Next 1300 corporation plant and 1400 R&D research and development, and 5th one is R&D plant. So under the company, they have only 1 company code. So finally, the business will decide how many number of company codes and everything. So that's what I am showing this business blueprint. So they have only 1 company code, 4 digit element, and they have some couple of plants 1100, 1200, 1300, 1400, 1500 plant here. So the nomenclature is only the 1100 plant means plant 1, 1200 means plant 2, engineering works, corporation 1300. So there are altogether 5 plants, and each and every plant, so they have some store locations here. RM01. So alphanumeric is also possible, numeric is also possible. Okay, pure alphabets is also possible here. Say RM01. So this under this each and every plant they maintain the store location. So for easy identification purpose, what they did here, RM0 means raw material store location. SF0 means semi-finished store location. FG0 means finished store location. Okay, and PK0 means some packing store location. P0 means some production store location. Okay, so PR0, okay, and MT01, CR01 customer returns. Okay, this is the each and every plant they maintain the store locations. So this is the way we need to observe. So once you come to the, I think easily you can able to understand it. So this is actually what is the definition of the plant we discussed here. Plant is a overall physical or logical responsible for managing inventories and its valuations. Okay, so there are altogether 5 plants: plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, plant 4, plant 5. Altogether they have plants, 5 plants. Plant level valuation will be happened, inventory will be happened, materials planning will be happened, costing will be happening. Okay, the SCMPL Steel Smith Continental. So these are the different activities: the material valuation and inventory management, materials planning, and plan. So I have some couple of business blueprint, so which is one of the okay, which we have some simple definitions. That's what I am showing this. I have some couple of other business blueprint is also there, so which is one of the best business blueprint. That's what I am showing this here. So under the plant, so we have some store locations. Already I told you RM means raw material, PR means some production storage. So the store locations are the inventory locations. Okay, where I am going to keep my stores. Okay, I am going to keep my stocks here. So I have some couple of store locations. So under the store locations, okay, if I come to here, I have some purchasing organization. Now, if you come to the purchasing organizations, so what we observed, we have 5 different kind of purchasing organizations here. But if you see this SEMPL, okay, they have only one purchasing organization. So I think Lakshmi, just now you asked this doubt, right? Lakshmi, are you there? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So,
I asked.
so yes. So this purchasing organization means these people is having only one purchasing organization. So you need to understand as a consultant. So there are 5 different kind of purchasing organization, but finally, how many number of purchasing organizations they are using? So only those purchasing organizations only we need to map in the business here. So they are using only one purchasing organization, central purchasing organization. So they have only one company code. Under the company code, they have 5 plants. So this is only one central purchasing organization. So what is the purchasing organization? The purchasing organization is responsible for so procurement of the materials or services to all the plants here. So central means all the plants is responsible. So that's what the same thing they have written. An organization is responsible for the procuring materials or services for one or more plants and for the negotiating the general conditions or purchasing with the vendors. The purchasing organization assumes legal responsibility for all the external purchasing transactions. So this is what actually we discuss here. So under the purchasing organizations, so however the purchase group is a buyer groups here. Okay. So what is the buyer group? Is a singular group of buyer. Okay, who is responsible for the procurement activities here. Okay, so we have some couple of purchase groups will be there. But actually in this PPT, so just I am showing the different colors here. But in real time, you should not assign the purchase group to plant here. So just actually here, who is available in the plant? I am showing in this document. But in real time, actually in the system, you should not assign this plant to purchase group. You will not find any assignment here. That's what we are calling as a floating entity. But actually in this document, just we are showing. So Mr. Ravi Goyal in 1100 plant is available. Sandeep Shinde. So these are buyer groups here, who is responsible for the procurement activities. These are all each and every plant they maintain some purchase group. Then your procurement will be started. So this is not required for us. So up to this is enough today. So just today, I want to show you how the business blueprint look like here. Okay. So now tomorrow, I hope everybody receive the credentials. Tomorrow we'll start. Actually, we'll start the server. Okay, and I'll show you how to define the architecture in the SAP system. Okay, I think if you are not downloaded, just you download your logon pad. So simply, so you need to click on the logon pad here. So we'll provide you some user ID and password. So with this user ID and password, so you need to connect to the client server here. So once you connect the server here, so this is actually easy access here. Okay, so if anybody is difficulty, just you can reach me. If you're not able to connect, if you're not able to download, okay, simply once you'll come to the SAP easy access here. Okay, but in real time, you have some couple of clients. Which client you are going to log in? But in training system, we have only one client here. Okay, once you log into the client, so we have a transition SPRO. SPRO means SAP Product Reference Object. Okay, so if I want to define, so everything, so the globally all the transaction codes, the tables, everything should be unique here. Somebody Yamuna is asking. Okay, okay, Yamuna, I will call you. Don't worry. Okay, she is able to download that, but I'll call you.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So here the SPRO, SAP Product Reference Object, and this is actually the SAP screen here. So this is actually SAP menu. Okay, and here we have some couple of menu icons will be there. However, it will take some 2-3 days time. It is not much time to take. So to adapt this different icons here, anybody easily within 2-3 days you can adapt the SAP screens here. Okay, so this is the only one transition. SPRO means SAP Product Reference Object here. So the transaction codes, tables, everything will be unique. Globally remains same here. SPRO means SAP Product. So if this is actually transaction bar where you need to enter the transaction. Okay, once you enter the transaction SPRO, so here I need to execute the project here. Where I need to go? I need to go to IMG. IMG means implementation gate. Okay, IMG means implementation gate. So here I need to click on IMG. So means all the technical and functional people, they need to come to IMG. Here we have enterprise structure here. Here we have enterprise structure. In enterprise structure, I need to define both the definition part and assessment part. So this is actually going to discuss in tomorrow session. But today onwards, you don't miss any session here because initially, okay, it will be so like up to 1 week. Okay, because you are, however, if you know the business, if you are expertise in business domain or you expert in other ERP also. However, SAP we are very new. So initially, it should be regular here. Okay, Kaveri and Yamuna and Yashasvi Lakshmi. So tomorrow we'll meet with the same time, same link here. Okay.
Okay, Raj.
Okay. Thank you for the attention. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye bye.
Sir?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yashasvi. Yeah,
No,
tell
no.
me, Yashasvi.
Lakshmi, sir. This is Lakshmi.
Ah, Lakshmi. Yeah, Lakshmi. Okay, tell me, Lakshmi.
Can we get any running notes, sir? When you dictating, or
Yeah,
when you
yeah, yeah.
say
I have some
some
couple of.
words they are not, some words are not clear. If we get any notes, then it will be useful.
Yeah, yeah. Good question, Lakshmi. See here, I have some couple of documents will be there. I will share with you. But my humble request, actually, from session onwards here. So better it is. However, it is online classes. If you
Yes.
maintain your own notes, it's well and good because not only today, tomorrow also for reference purpose, it will be useful for you. And
Okay.
second, I have some documents with me. I will share to you. No problem.
Okay. 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 Fine. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, Yamuna. So,
sir, tomorrow I cannot attend the class sir, because
not
I
issue.
have another appointment here and I cannot cancel that one also.
Okay, okay. So, no problem.
Uh,
Yamuna, just if you are not able to understand, I'll repeat the session for you. So, okay.
okay,
If it is not, you are not. If it is not able to, it is not possible. You cannot do anything. But no problem. Okay. So you
okay,
can
sir.
able to manage. You can go through the
Okay,
record
sir.
and.
Only tomorrow, after that I'll not miss the class, but tomorrow it's like compulsory. I have to go to that appointment. So,
Oh, no, not issue, madam. So you can
oh,
just go to the record and I will take, if any gaps, I will take care. Don't worry. Okay.
oh, okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Lakshmi. Is there any questions still if you want to ask me?
No, no, sir. No. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.